Durable Story, Episode 5 A Path South. The training courtyard was empty when Mark arrived, but Thane Corvallis stood at the center, as still as a statue. Morning light spilled across the stone, but the air felt heavy, quiet, charged. You're early, Thane said, without turning. You always say that, Mark replied. And yet you always are. Thane approached, resting his hand gently atop Mark's head. Focus, Thane murmured. The world blinked. The light bent. Color submerged. The courtyard dissolved into a wide, endless arena of shimmering blue. The ground marked with glowing patterns. A translucent figure stood across from Mark, Thane's avatar, expression neutral, posture deadly. The training realm is ready, Thane's voice echoed from everywhere and nowhere. Remember, I do not participate. My avatar only responds to your actions. Learn from its choices. Mark swallowed. No matter how often he entered this place, the sensation felt strange, unreal, a dream with consequences. The avatar moved. Fast. Mark ducked instinctively. The blow cut through the air where his jaw had been. Mark didn't think. He didn't need to. His body responded before his thoughts could catch up. A block, a counter, a step just out of reach. Thane observed from outside, but his voice carried through the realm. You were born for unarmed combat, he said calmly. Your body understands the angles before your mind does. Mark deflected the avatar's strike, pivoted, and slammed his palm into its chest. The avatar slid back, feet carving glowing streaks across the arena floor. You see, Thane continued, instinct, prediction, flow. Your gift isn't strength or grace, it's survival woven directly into your movements. Mark struck again, ducking under a sweeping kick, rotating behind the avatar and sweeping its legs. It dissolved into sparks the moment it hit the ground. Thane's voice rumbled, pleased. Good. Again. A new avatar appeared. Stronger stance, narrower eyes. This time Mark didn't wait. He moved first, fists flying in a blur, strikes flowing like water over stone. The avatar lasted longer, but not by much. After a few rounds, Thane placed his palm once more against Mark's forehead. The realm shattered. The courtyard returned. Mark staggered once before catching his breath. You've grown, Thane said simply. Again. Mark grinned. So did the hologram. The hologram adapts to you. That's the point. Thane stepped back, his face turning serious. Your father's waiting for you, and I think this time is important. Lord Tower stood behind his obsidian desk, sunlight glinting off stacks of maps and steel trade scrolls. When Mark entered, his father dismissed a pair of advisors with a gesture. Mark, he said. Good, come. Mark approached slowly. His father studied him for a moment, not unkindly, but searchingly, as though measuring weight against potential. A trade envoy from Black Hill is preparing to return home, Lord Towers said. They've agreed to host you. It's an opportunity for you to travel safely, learn from our southern neighbors, and understand the scope of our alliances. Mark blinked. Me? Why? Because you're growing, his father answered. Because the world outside this city will shape you, and because Black Hill's leadership wishes to meet you. Mark's stomach tightened. Am I being tested? In a way, Lord Tower said, but not by them. He stepped closer and placed his palm gently on Mark's head. Magic bloomed. Soft, warm, threading through Mark's thoughts like the faintest echo of his father's presence. A warding mark, Lord Towers explained. It allows me to sense you and speak with you, no matter how far you travel. Mark breathed slowly. So you'll always know if I'm in danger? Yes, his father said softly. And you will always know you are not alone. Mark nodded. I'll go. His father smiled, proud, relieved, and hopeful. Good. Prepare yourself. You'll leave tomorrow at dawn. The caravan departed as the sun rose, metal gates parting with the groan of ancient machinery. Firebird City's magic shield shimmered faintly as they passed through. Mark walked near the front, boots crunching in the sand, beside Captain Yara Thornshield. She didn't look at him when she spoke. You stay close, you don't wander. If something charges us, you move behind the shield wall. Understood? Yes, Captain. And don't slow us down. I won't. A curt nod. Approval. Barely. Further ahead, Ravi Duskfall spoke in calm whispers to two aides. His presence was quiet but commanding. Even the guards listened without meaning to. And off to the side, Solon Reed walked with her hands clasped behind their back, eyes scanning the dunes with a focus that made Mark's skin prickle, as though they were listening to the ground breathe. Along the road there were a few minor threats: a glass-furred desert hare, a few horned sand lizards, and a drifting mirage snake or two that tried to slither too close. The guards dispatched each creature with swift precision. No real danger, just a desert being a desert. Mark watched, absorbing every moment, every formation, every command. Captain Yara fought like a storm in armor, efficient and unstoppable. Ravi only fought when it was needed, and always with a dagger hidden so cleverly that Mark didn't even see it until it was already used. Solon never fought at all. They merely stepped aside when something approached, well before anyone else heard it coming. Once Mark caught Solon tilting their head, listening to something only they could hear. He asked quietly, "Did you sense something?" Solon studied him for a long moment. "Yes." Nothing more. But that one word kept Mark on his toes for the next hour. On the fourth day, the desert wind shifted. Metal glinted on the horizon. Black Hill rose from the earth like a fortress forged from storm clouds. Towering metal walls shaped into sloped, angular tiers. Watchtowers dotted the ramparts, and above it all, faint shimmer lines revealed a city-wide magic shield, humming like the low breath of a sleeping beast. Captain Yara lifted a fist. "Prepare yourselves!" The caravan slowed. A single massive gate dominated the wall, reinforced by black steel and etched with runes that pulsed faintly. Two sentries stood inside the glimmering magic shield, one touching a rune plate, and the other watching the horizon with a stare sharp enough to cut. "That," Yura said to Mark, without looking at him, "is Black Hill's gatekeeper. Don't speak unless spoken to." Mark nodded. Ravi murmured, "Welcome to the South's crown." Solon whispered nothing, but Mark saw their shoulders stiffen, as though something inside Black Hill called to them or warned them. And in the distance, behind them, far across the dunes, Mark felt it again. That faint prickle, that silent watcher, that presence in the dark. Still following, still waiting. The gates closed behind them with the echo of thunder, and Mark's journey had only just begun.